And welcome back to Monday's It's the Music on WMNF Tampa. I'm Blanny, your host for the next hour, and I am here in the live music studio to bring you the Steel Wheels. They thank you so very much for coming in. I know you have a super busy schedule. Your tour goes on through May and June, doesn't it?
Yeah. We're out there a lot, but we're really glad to be here with you. Thanks for having us.
Well, thank you. And they are going to be playing tonight at the Orpheum in Tampa, and it's definitely something you don't want to miss. Well, let's kind of save the talking for later, and let's hear some music from your brand new album.
Absolutely. This one's called Go Back. I found a new route home. Yeah, it's all my own. It doesn't have straight lines, but it suits me fine. I can change, you'll see. New hair, new friends, new me. Hope in a bathtub drain, it's a shallow claim. Don't wanna go back. Don't wanna go back to. Don't wanna go back to my life living without you. Time has a finite end. That's a room I don't go in. We're taking it day by day, but it doesn't go away. You can play along, pathway to right or wrong. Slow walk the river route, but it's soaking through my shoes. Don't wanna go back. Don't wanna go back to. Don't wanna go back to my life living without you. I found a new route home. Yeah, it's all my own. It doesn't have straight lines, but it suits me fine. Don't wanna go back. Don't wanna go back to. Don't wanna go back to my life living without you. Oh, don't wanna go back. Don't wanna go back to. Don't wanna go back to my life living without you.
Oh, wow. I love it. You know, I love the words. I found a route. It doesn't have straight lines, but it suits me just fine.
Yeah.
And I can relate to that.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about the song.
About Go Back? Mm-hmm. Well, it's funny. It's the first song on this new album of ours, and I didn't necessarily write it thinking that it was going to be that, but the album also represents us coming back home a little bit. We recorded it back in the Shenandoah Valley in Virginia, and it, to me, a lot of the songs on the record feel a little bit of kind of a reminder to myself, a reminder to the listener to try to like grab hold of the moment we're in, whatever that moment is, however hard it is, however fun it is, however joyful or difficult it is. Remember to stay right there, and yeah. So this one particularly, this song is about remembering just all those roads that took you to where you're at, and appreciating the people around you in the moment that you're in. So
that's beautiful. Very well. Let's do one more song, and then we'll talk a little bit more.
All right. This one's called Easy. Dying degrees, love take a swing, reach for the trees, do everything. More than a dancer, you fly in the breeze, been looking for answers, that's everything. Everything, everything, everything is easy, everything is easy, yeah. Working for funny, college degree. I find it funny that joke is on me. I want some friction, room of confusion. No one's chosen, that's everything. Everything, everything, everything is easy. Everything is easy. Everything is easy. Everything is easy, yeah. I want the friction, room of confusion. No one's chosen, that's what we be. I want the friction, choose my confusion. Wait to be chosen, that's everything. Everything is easy. Everything is easy. Everything is easy. Everything is easy.
Oh boy, what a treat! And you've been together a long time.
Yeah. That's right. Yes, sorry. We've been together, yeah. We just passed a big milestone. In 2025, we played our very first show in 2005, at the time under the name Trent Wagler and the Steel Wheels. My name's Trent, the person who's been talking so far. And yeah.
And while you're at it, if you would,
I'd be happy to introduce the rest of the
yes,
folks.
please.
Yeah. Our man in the drum room over there playing the drums is Kevin Garcia, and playing the bass is Jeremy Darrow.
Hi.
Over here to my right, which probably doesn't matter in Radio Land, playing mandolin and guitars is Jay Lapp.
Hey.
and then Eric Brubaker plays the fiddle for us.
Hello.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question for you. A lot of your earlier albums and your sound was pretty more heavy on bluegrass. And this album, you haven't abandoned bluegrass. You're definitely still there. But there's a whole new sound there. Can you explain that? Where does it come from?
Yeah, well, our sound it's morphed and changed over the years. And like I said, we've been now a band for 20 years. And certainly, on this most recent record, I feel like it has the broadest representation of
Absolutely.
Both kind of a real folk rock sort of forward sound like those last couple songs. And then we also had some of the most pared down recordings we've ever done, where we did a couple with literally one or two mics, us just kind of gathered around. So the album really goes a lot of different places, but it represents sort of the full range of what this band is influenced by and what we've tried to do over the years. And so we never set out to be a bluegrass band. We like I mentioned, we come from the Shenandoah Valley. Eric's very inspired by some old time music and is an amazing fiddler and sort of that side of things. But we also have equal parts of, some metal influences, some jam band influences, some gospel and funk and soul influences that we've always tried to kind of bring to our music. In the early days, we only had the acoustic instruments, so we might have been trying to sing some funky stuff with a mandolin and a fiddle and a banjo, and that's it. But now we've sort of built out the sound to be a little bigger as well.
And this project in particular was fun because we got together without having arranged the songs really ahead of time. Trent had written a bunch of songs and sent them out as little voice memos and demos. And then we got to the studio and we decided to track one song each day that we were in studio, starting from scratch, really, and just sitting down in the same room and figuring out what sounded good together. That last song in particular, Easy, I remember we were really jamming on it, and it sounded kind of like it had this fun punk rock energy, and I was like, I don't know, guys, the fiddle, like what about if those punk rocks in the garage like kind of grew up and got some acoustic instruments? What would that sound like? And that's sort of where that intro came from, and sort of that laid back, easy vibe.
Yeah, I find the lyrics of the song they're so powerful, and they all tell this story, and then I feel that every instrument has just kind of accentuated your sound. It's I want to listen to every single instrument, and it's in a separate way, and it just brings it all together like a play. It's an amazing new album, and it's called The Steel Wheels.
That's right. Yeah, it took us a long time to do our own self-titled album, but yeah.
So let's hear some more songs.
Cool. Yeah, here's another one. Another new one is called Cold Call. Think I'm too old for the sagging pillows on a friend of a friend's sofa bed. All the glory of the road, the faded stories, and the thoughts racing sleep out my head. Why do I have to lose? ride static radio. I look for change in the wind. I know it's all about a daily dose. Love least, lose the most. I start to cold call every one of my friends. I know I'm gonna lose. I know I'm gonna Why do I have to lose? Why do I have to lose? I know I'm gonna
Wow. What a treat for you to be here. Now, you are from Virginia. That's your base, is that right?
That's right. Yeah, Harrisonburg, Virginia is where we call home.
Yeah, in the middle of a forest, between the forest and the mountains, right?
Yeah, right in the valley there. That's right. The Shenandoah Valley. Blue Ridge to one side and the Allegheny Mountains of West Virginia to the other side. So.
Oh, what a great place to compose music, for sure. And you are the host of a music fest that happens in June. Is that right?
Yes. So we started a music festival in 2013. Right there, close to home. It's a 3-day festival, about 40 bands, 5 stages. It's a, if you live in Florida, it's a great time to get up to Virginia.
It's
you might
definitely. I'm like putting that on my
I
calendar.
know, right? But yeah, it's been a real, since we started the festival years ago, and we've been the host. We play all 3 days. It's a big homecoming for us, but we've had legends join us. I mean, it's been an amazing experience. Lucinda Williams has played. Preservation Hall Jazz Band has played. Sam Bush, Del McCurry, bands like Dawes, and who am I forgetting? I mean, Steve Earle has played. Billy Strings, before he became enormous, played. It's been an amazing experience to be able to curate a whole weekend, and it's fun to play shows. We love going on tour, and that's what we do the rest of the year. But it was a dream to sort of try to curate a longer and bigger experience that we could welcome people into right there in the Shenandoah Valley. So,
And what is it called? And
yes, the festival is called the Red Wing Roots Music Festival, and tickets are on sale. People can check it out at redwingroots.com. And the full lineup is going to be announced in the next couple weeks. There's no lineup officially yet out for this year, but I can tell you it's really exciting. And the first artists will actually be announced in the next couple days. So if people check out our social media or Red Wing Roots, they'll get all that information.
So you're playing tonight at the Orpheum and in Tampa, and where are you going from there?
We've got one more show in Florida. We'll be in Boca Raton tomorrow night. And then we're actually heading to New Orleans.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, for a couple days. There's actually a music conference called the Folk Alliance Music Conference that's going to be there. So we'll hang out with a bunch of folkies and play some music.
All right. Well, let's get on with some music. But can I have a request?
Oh, okay, sure.
Maybe not the next one or whatever, but Need the Help.
Oh.
And I would like you to explain it to me.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's. Do you guys want to do that right now?
Sure.
We can do that. Yeah. I'll switch instruments real quick. But yeah, what?
Okay, well, while you're doing that, reminding people, this is WMNF Tampa, 88.5 FM, and you're listening to the Steel Wheels here live in the live music studio. And I did want to give a big thank you to our WMNF staff who is making this happen. Thank you so very much. And particularly Ken Apperson and Mark Perfetti. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we can echo that. They've been really kind to us since we got in the door here, and It's so nice to come to a radio station and really feel at home. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Need the Help. Yeah.
I love that song. And, I actually was talking with a friend and saying, what do you think this is about? Because it could be interpreted different ways.
I love that. It's a conversation I often have with certain relatives of mine who want to know, now, why did you write that song? What is that song about? And I always feel mixed about how much to give, because I love, for me, listening to a song, some of it is putting myself into it, interpreting it with my own little story, and letting that go. But what I will say about Need the Help is it's really hard to watch people who you see struggling and yet are not willing to admit that they themselves, or they know how. Maybe they're not equipped. They don't feel like they know how to ask for help. And I think that's where this song started. I won't put too heavy of a point on it, but I do think that men tend to be even more overwhelmingly of that category. And so you could even say the song's a little bit about men who struggle to ask for help and to know how. And I certainly think not all the problems of the world stem from that, but there's a lot of problems, especially right now, with some men who don't know exactly where and what to do with certain feelings. So anyway, that's a good starting place for this. But I also have to say, in the studio, this was a really fun one to develop, and big props to Kevin in the percussion and drum land for the cool beats that he adds. So anyway, this one's called Need the Help. When it's clear that it's all over, when the light begins to dim, will the night hold on to conquer all the questions inside of him? How do you save a man who doesn't need the help? He's a brother, he's a lover, he's the farmer of this land. Some mornings in the winter, more machine than man. How do you save him if he doesn't need the help? He doesn't need the help. Lost his gospel. He was a follower himself. The promise of the answers in those books upon the shelf. How do you save him if he doesn't need? He doesn't need the help. He doesn't need the help.
Ah, thank you. That's so fantastic.
Thank you. What if we do "Scrape Me Off the Ceiling"? That's a fun one to do. We'll reach back and do a few songs off previous record here. We are excited to be playing in Tampa, and it's our first time to the Orpheum tonight. So love to see some friends out there, and we'll be playing stuff, old stuff, new stuff, everything in between. And this has been a good song for us called "Scrape Me Off the Ceiling," from an album in 2017. So, yeah. Got me on my heels so long that I'm barely breathing. Tell me something hard to hear. Scrape me off the ceiling. When I go, I'll be gone, dirty and be wasted. Clap your hands, here I stand, all in time we tasted. Heaven's keeping the baby sleeping. You know I'm trying. We living, dying. Lovers that we used to know can't quite share the feeling. Tell me something hard to hear. Scrape me off the ceiling. Hold me lightly, but keep me tightly. Memories surround us. They've lost us, found us. Got me on my heels so long that I'm barely breathing. Tell me something hard to hear. Scrape me off the ceiling.
Oh, that was so beautiful. I feel like the luckiest woman in the world sitting right here enjoying this fantastic music. And for those who are just tuning in, you are listening to These Steel Wheels live. And they are an amazing band out of Virginia. We feel so lucky that you were able to fit us in because you are in an amazing tour almost every single day playing. And they are going to be at the Orpheum tonight in Tampa. And if you are interested in seeing them, I would say get your tickets now, because I know I've been told by friends who saw you in Gainesville, one, it was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And they said it was totally sold out. Two of my friends were not able to even get in.
Oh, no.
Yeah. and another person told me it was so good she got goosebumps.
Oh.
So this is the Steel Wheels, and we have many listeners that are in different states too.
Oh, great.
New York, Massachusetts, and I know that I think in May you will be heading back up north, probably to enjoy the good weather there.
Right.
But you will be out west, and so check their website and find out, are they going to be near you?
Yeah, that's right. I think for us, at this time especially, getting people out and having that experience of being in the same room around live music, in the midst of all the other stuff that we can see on screens, all the AI-generated stuff that's out there, really seeing real humans play real music, there's nothing quite like it. And,
Nothing.
And we appreciate so much what radio does for that kind of music, and there's something that's I love about that. Thank you for being you're a great audience member. Audience of one, but it's fun to play for you.
Yes, very privileged. So what do we have next?
All right, we're gonna do a song called "Wild as We Came Here." as we came here. Wild as we came here. Let's go. Started with anger, keep it wild for my daughter.
Wow. I have a question for you. Trent, you are the songwriter,
Yes.
correct? When you come up with an idea, how does the rest of the band fit in, their contributions? How do you put it all together? Because it seems like each of the members have a strong presence in all the songs.
That's so true. And it really does depend on the song, but I would say much of the time I'll bring a song in what I feel like is a pretty complete form, you know, lyrics, basic chord structure and melody, how many verses, etc. And I'll have some packaged form, usually. We have done some collaborative writing in different forms, but most of the time there'll be a song that's in the room. And then these guys just have such imaginative minds, and it's really open to these, you know, to these masters in the room. To whoever has an idea, we sort of run and follow that where it goes. So it could start with, hey, I'm really hearing this as a pared down intro where it's just an electric guitar, or just the fiddle starts this line, or whoever has the idea, we kind of follow it and run with it. And then the thing that we've always made, I think, try to make central to our band is letting the song speak first, rather than saying, hey, I want to show off my cool new lick I have on this instrument or whatever. I find that when you have some mature musicians who've played together for a long time, it's really a matter of saying, what part of our palette do we use here? And that's one of the unique things about a band, is you do start to think of yourselves as a unit that has all of these different colors and these different tones that you can bring in. And it's just been broad. You mentioned that early on we didn't have drums, but you know what Kevin brings from percussion and his full drum kit, and he also plays some keyboards on the recordings and on stage with us. That's just only added even more, you know, different brush strokes, different ways that we can color and reference different kinds of music. So anyway, I got a little bit off from your original question, but I guess the process then is just sort of following and playing. And there were many times in the studio, I think we had that first song we played today, Go Back. I remember being in the studio, and we tried it for a while in the studio as a song in 5 instead of in 4. And we played almost all day. We were like, this is kind of cool, you know, weird timing. And then we finally were like, we're making this too complicated. And then we shifted back, and we really loved the result. So it's just a matter of trying to stay open, letting the ideas flow, and then each of these guys bring their own to the song. But I don't know, I don't need to be the only one talking about it either.
Yeah, I agree. I think when I heard Go Back, what really stood out to me, and you talked about Kevin, is the drums.
Yeah.
The drums like hit me right in the heart, and seemed to really accentuate the words and the theme. And I was like kept focusing on the drums. So yeah, it's amazing how everybody contributes, and I can really feel that. And you are listening to The Steel Wheels here on WMNF Tampa, 88.5 FM. And a reminder, they will be at the Orpheum tonight, so in Tampa. So if you like it, make sure to go tonight, and you will not regret it at all. And we got a couple of more songs for you.
Yeah, I think speaking of some different tones and stuff, we're going to do a couple songs we'll put together, and this reaches back a little bit as well. We'll start with a tune that Eric wrote on the fiddle, and it's a tune called Mountains Quake, and then we're going to go into another song called Find Your Mountain. So we call this our mountain set. But take it away.
Yay. I don't know whether to clap or not. I'm setting up solo. Boy, what a treat. And if this is WMNF, it's the music with me, Blanny. And if you missed any of the show, remember you can go on WMNF.org and go to the schedule and pull this up for the next week. I believe also we're going to be posting this on the WMNF site. Not sure how that's going to work yet. And and we are listening to These Steel Wheels from Virginia. And are all of you from Virginia?
No, not all of us. The band kind of came together there. Trent and I still live around Harrisonburg, Virginia. But yeah, the rest of us are kind of spread across the eastern U.S.
How long have the two of you been together?
Well, yeah, Eric and Jay and I, all three of us were in the band together. And Jay was born in Virginia, and that's where the band started from. And we got together in 2005, was those first shows as the Steel Wheels. Yeah. And Kevin joined the band in 2017. Mm-hmm. So we've been on the road with him for a good bit. And Jeremy joined the band in 21. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. That was all a blur, that time of the world, but
yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so
when during the pandemic, did you get to your creative mode? I think a lot of music was formed at that time.
Yeah, it was a weird time. We chose to hole up and did a lot of recording actually on our own. We didn't get to, because Jay lives in Ann Arbor, Kevin's in Brooklyn, and so we did a bunch of recording from our own home studios, and we sent it all together. And what we started doing is we realized, a lot of people were scattered around and weren't able to gather, and so we sort of put ourselves to work to write specific songs for people and to people's stories. And so we took commissions, but we did songs. What did we wrote somewhere close to?
It was over 200. I think it was around 230.
Yeah, we wrote
projects.
So many songs and recorded covers for people. So it was almost like you can't gather for your big, anniversary or whatever. Well, we'll write a song for it. We'll send it to you. And so we had a lot of creativity, but it wasn't as outward facing as it was like everyone gets a song. And we actually did a couple projects. We didn't use all of those songs. We didn't release to the public, but we did a select grouping of those songs, and we called it Everyone a Song, Volume 1 and Volume 2. So if people are interested in those songs that we were doing during the pandemic, those are out there on the internet and everywhere else. But yeah, it was a wild time.
All right. Well, we have about 4 more minutes, approximately 3 more minutes. So
yeah. Let's do it. Let's play you out.
Let's go.
Is it cool if, yeah, all right, great. Well, you just tell us when we're done, but we'll do one more from the new record. The new album is not streaming everywhere just yet, but you can hear it on this radio station, and we are putting out singles. The full album will be on all the streaming sites by March, but this is one of those songs. It's called Chase It All Away. Absolutely. Tears you choked. Dreams were all terrors, but we chased them all away. Chased them all away. Chased them all away. Don't watch that fire fading.
the Steel Wheels. And this is WMNF Tampa. Thank you all for coming in.
Thank you very much. What a pleasure.
Yeah.